me the strength to endure the imperfect. I shall attack with vigor, making progressive moves. A divine mind knows, a divine mind shows. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. Peace and power to the people that struggle. As you come on in, know that you're in a safe space. Know that you're in a space of learning and getting learned up. Know that you're in a space of educating and being educated. You're in a space for questions, comments, concerns, answers, dialogue, building and destroying. You're in a space of intelligence, your space, a space where we seek unity on a path towards true liberation. As my classroom assistants come on in, please keep all contact information in the chat for the duration of class. Please keep all funding information in the chat for the duration of class. If you or anybody you know is in need of anger management, book an assessment. Book an assessment for yourself, book an assessment for someone else. Don't wait till it's too late. Don't wait till you're getting hemped up. Okay? Don't wait till you're losing your gig. Don't wait till somebody said they're sick of your stuff and they packing their bags. Book an assessment. Okay? Find out your triggers, get an anger management plan, and start healing. If you or anybody you know is in need of a domestic violence consultation, intimate relation, abusive conditions, book an assessment. Okay? I don't care if it's you, if it's your mailman, right? If it's your favorite cashier in Target, okay? If it's your cop down the block that you see all the time, you think they got an issue, tell them to get an assessment. If it's your niece, your uncle, anybody, if you believe that domestic violence is an issue, book an assessment. Find out the warning signs, what you need to be alerted to, okay? Behaviors that should alarm you, okay? Remember, the life you save could be your own. We got a lot of tagging to do tonight. Oh, yeah. We have a lot of tagging to do tonight. I hope y'all ready. Is y'all ready? No, y'all ready for class. We're gonna have class tonight. Okay? I hope you're ready. I hope you got your little notepad, because this might be on the final. Yeah, this might be on the final exam. So tag Bumpy. Yeah, tag him. Tag him. We have to get to the root of this discussion. So tag him. Tag Sean Kingston. Yeah. Oh, hefty thighs. Yeah, tag Sean Kingston and his mama. Yeah, tag them. Yeah, tag them. Tag the chicken boss. He's at it again. Man, this class could have been called the chubby dude class. A lot of chubby dudes in this class tonight that need to be tagged. Tag Bunk. Yeah, old Wendell Pierce, the established thespian. Call him. Yeah, tag him. Yeah, Bunk, you must have been drunk trying to come to New York City and get you an apartment. Nah, call Bunk. Call Bunk, tell him to come on. And since he made an attempt to tie himself in to this legal, this historic backtracking of affirmative action. Yeah, tag them too. Tag the chicks from the Fearless Fund. Tag them. Yeah, they need to come to class too. And tag old Tiffany Haddish once more, the custody. Tag her too. Yeah. See what I'm saying? We could have made it all about the dudes. I could even threw Big Baby Davis up in here. Yeah, it could have been the chubby man's night tonight. Nah, Bunk is going down hard and fast. But first, tag your classmates. Yeah, tag your classmates. Make sure they're here. Yeah. Make sure they're here. Who's here? Let's see who's here. Adrian Brown. You up in the spotty spot. Kai Stone. I see you. You in the spotty spot. Lovely lady. You in here? A Wood. What up, A Wood? C Blades. Sniper. Uh-oh, V Gibbs up with us tonight. Salute V Gibson in the spot. What up, V Gibbs? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's my dude there. Dust Fro 517. Uh-oh. WMH radio show is in the building. Philly's up in here. 55. Yeah, y'all get a 55 in Philly. Y'all act like y'all can't come down the damn turnpike. Jeffrey Lopez, salute for funding the war effort. Yeah, man, nah. He got to get it. Y'all radio show got to get it. Y'all act like y'all can't come up out of South Philly and get to class. Yeah. Uh-oh. The intellectual soapbox soap is in the spot. What's up? Joel Torres was good. Jean, Helene, Camus is in the building. What up, Jean? We see you. Uh-huh. Yeah, Joel, you got a 55. Yeah. That's what we talking about. Uh-oh, Todd, the beneficiary. What up? 305 is in the spot. What's going on? George Johnson, back to back. Jeff Sparks, Metal Face, 7-8. What's going on? Salute. 4:30 in the morning. Where the hell you at? South Dakota? Salute. Come on now. Michael, 55. Hold that. Ken Williams, what up? Yeah, what's going on? We see y'all. Merklow's in the spotty spot. Yeah. Uh-oh, Tiara snuck in the building. What up, Tiara? Yeah, Tata's up in here. Nehemiah Washington. Philly's in here deep tonight. Yeah, Nehemiah. 55 for you, Philly. Hold that. Yeah, let's get started. Now, I was playing in my head the sequential order of tonight's class. Then I realized it really doesn't matter. Really don't. We're going to be up in here all night anyway. I am real estate. Salute. Much appreciated for the super chat. Is Bumpy a snitch? We're going to get into that. We already know most rappers don't live what they speak. I haven't heard any new music from Bumpy in a minute. Educate me. We're going to do that. And Bumpy has had music as of late. He's been on quite a few songs as a guest appearance, and he has a couple of joints out with Premier. He's been working, okay? He's been working. Oh, that's right, Metal Face, you in London. That's right. Damn. Ain't no pubs open this time of the morning over there, right? Damn, you could have been in the pub watching on the big screen, but we glad you here, Metal Face. Salute. London is in the building. Bernadette, we see you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did. He got an EP and all that. He got plenty. Yes, thank you, Metalface. He does. Now, we're going to get into that. So since we're already on there, let's start there. I'm not even going to go through any sequential order. We're going to get down with the get down. Now, there's been a lot of chit-chatter about whether or not the video that we've seen of Bumpy crying, whether or not that constitutes as ratting, telling, snitching. Some people would like to move the goalposts. Other people would like to bend the rules. Some people are even trying to establish new ways of dealing with this since there's been so much of it going on. And people have been very tolerant of those who have snitched, testified, names on paperwork and all type of wow stuff. So it's a bit confusing because nobody has been a hard-pressed proponent for sticking to the script, the code of keeping your mouth shut. Okay? We've seen it on television, First 48 and all that. We've seen it. Damn, we've seen the Michael Cohen dude rat on 45. We done seen it. But what you don't see is the times that people have stood tall and don't recognize it, right? They try to ignore it because that is the narrative that not only the authorities want you to accept, but those who are not really about that life, but try to tip-tap and engage in it because they want to be excused themselves. You understand? So they don't talk about it. No one really ever talks about Lil' Kim, how she stood tall on that. Stood tall to the fact that it cost her her freedom. She tried to stick to the code and went up top for it. You understand? You don't hear about, they don't push that. One of the aides for Bill Clinton, they held her in contempt because she failed to testify. Twice. Even after the first time they held her in contempt, she finished that sentence, they brought her back. The judge asked her again. She was like, nah, I'm not saying nothing. Held her in contempt again. I mean, she did more than a year off of that. They just wrote her off of the history books. So there's been a space of tolerance. Okay? Tolerance. Yeah, Irv Gotti stood tall. Chris Gotti stood tall. You understand? So now in this new age of people who really aren't of the street or of the criminal lifestyle, doing criminal and street things, and people giving them passes on it, and, you know, again, a growing tolerance of it to where now these people can even still be seen in public and don't bow their head in shame and even get back to where they were. It's very, very sketchy. So now when we're sitting here and people questioning whether or not Bumpy ratted, whether he told, there's a couple of things that have so far been left out of what you're watching. And I want you to, really listen. One, if you're just watching the video, the clip, you know, Mr. Trill Warrior and all those, wood grain grip and this and that and all the lyrics and the image and the persona out the window. But it's been out the window for a while. And I have a lot of receipts, pictures, you dig what I'm saying? Videos of different interviews, and you see it. I told y'all in class before, he was speaking like Andy Griffin when he was on Good Morning America, trying to make sure that those burgers was getting sold. Teeth is all big. When you have friends that invest in you, believe in you like this, these things are possible. I'm like, where'd that come from? I thought we was sipping syrup and all that. Now you tighten the grippers talking about cheesing in front of, straight hand and all that. You dig? So I seen that a while ago. And then when you listen to Sirius Radio and you have no choice to hear his show, but to hear his show because it's on every day, you listen for specific language in it. Okay? And I want y'all to know that he is selling them Trill burgers. I don't even think it was his to begin with. But anyway, in that clip, where we see him very emotional, speaking about the experience and what his wife went through, most don't know that this young man pled guilty, and that piece right there was his sentencing hearing. So one, we don't know what was going on prior to that specific hearing. In the event, right, the unfortunate event, this young man came through on a home evasion. And put the hammer to Bunby's wife. Had the hammer on her, had to drop. Okay? Now, Bumpy and Shorty got into a little clap out, and Bunk clapped Shorty. So Shorty was injured in that. Now, let me get this straight now. His name is DeMonte Jackson. At the time of the home invasion, 2019, he was 20 years old. So he copped out. He didn't go to trial or nothing. He copped out to aggravated assault and participating in organized crime using a lethal weapon. Well, I don't get that, why the organized crime piece came in there. But that's what he copped out to. You dig? Because he held her at gunpoint. And like I said, he had a bang out with Bun, and Bun banged him, injured him, and that's how he was subsequently caught. Now, he copped out, didn't go to trial. He the only one that got clapped and hurt, and this young man got 40 years. Woo! 40 years. Okay? Our observation is I'm making an attempt. Hayes, what up, Hayes? I'm making an attempt to get a clear reasoning for him being there, for Bumpy being there. at this sentencing. Because this is where the ratting and the snitching comes into play. And where people are trying to stand tall on, you're not supposed to come to court for nothing, especially if you are of the streets. I've witnessed it. I've seen dudes come through that ER with holes in them. Let's talk about it podcast in the building. So, look, what's good with you? Now, I've seen people come through the ER with holes in them, know who clapped them, and look at the D's and the police and I get away from my bed. Just like that. And police is on there pressing them. 24, 48 hours, sometime all the way till they get upstairs and get a bed. At post-surgery, all that. I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't seen nothing. I didn't get clapped. Say nothing. They say absolutely nothing. And that's a good majority of the time. Now, in this particular situation, okay, Bunk clapped this man. He clapped this young man, hit him, boom. Young man, hit, boom. Authorities are called. Young man is arrested in the spot, dead to right. Initial statements, whatever, because I guess it's in his home. So him, Bumpy, and his wife definitely got to make some type of statement right there because it's in his home. You got an invader in your home, in there. Y'all legal gun owners, you popped them. That's the statement right there. Initial statement, okay, can you come down to the station after, because in this testimony that we're seeing now, the tears and all that, we see that the wife must have been pretty shaken up. We don't know. We haven't heard her and I haven't heard her on the radio mention it. But, so say they make a statement at the scene and then subsequently go down to the station, make a statement, and maybe they meet with the DA. But that was 2019. This is 2024. It's obvious that there was no trial. So by the time he pled guilty to this, which is recent, and he's getting sentenced on it, why are you in the courtroom? Why are you in the courtroom? For what? From somebody who has perpetrated the street life in all of your music, in your image and everything. No one can hold you to any specific code when it came to your doorstep. It came in your house. You did what you were supposed to do as a man, as a G, right? You did what you're supposed to do. You protected your home, your wife. You clapped Shorty. Shorty, lucky he didn't get pushed right then and there. Nobody can say anything about that. Whatever statement, paperwork you made, all right. At that point, you are absolved of any responsibility. Legally, street-wise, anything. Now, though, you find out Shorty's getting sentenced. What are y'all doing there? If y'all 10 toes down, if y'all trill, y'all syrup, y'all rock with screw, you been around pimp, all of this. Why are you going to shorty sentencing? With the tears and all, we don't know. Shorty copped out. Shorty could have got 15 years, maybe 20. I still don't understand the organized crime piece. So I don't know. Maybe Shorty was affiliated. Maybe it was something more than they're letting us know. But he might have got 15, 20. Them tears, all that from a big, burly, chubby dude that just got his teeth fixed and selling burgers now on some wimpy shit? I don't know. I don't know. There is absolutely no need, no reason for you to be in that courtroom, because those are impact statements at that point. Now you're trying to put Shorty way down in a hole. You already put a hot one or two in him. Now you closing the gate. You closing the gate. 2019. This is 2024. I don't know. Again, I don't know the traumatic levels that they suffered as a couple in that event. Not gonna judge that. But I know I'm not. What are you doing there? He's done it. It's a wrap. He copped to it. He didn't take y'all through no trial or nothing. He copped to it. What you doing there? No, for real, for real. Have you heard his lyrics? No, really, because I've been in their catalog. I'm not gonna front, since I first heard them. I was like, who's that on Big Pimpin'? With Jay-Z, UGK. Before then, because of where I was, I had no access to that UGK movement. Only thing I knew out of Texas was Face, Ghetto Boys, Big Mike. You understand what I'm saying? I had heard of Zero. Remember, I'm off the set, so I can only get certain things. His catalog, Bumpy talk cash shit. Yeah. Riding right next to Pimp as Pimp talking about, I knock his meat out his taco. Come on. Come on now. What we doing? I'm guaranteeing you, them tears swayed the judge. Yeah, let me give him another 20 years. Yeah, put another 20 on that. Now, I'm not sure, so don't quote me on this, but I know Texas years run a little different. I'm not sure if they get something like 12 days for every day they do. That's why they get them long sentences, but it might have changed since the last time I was researching. But I believe they get, they do a day, they get 12 or some shit like that. So they get them long sentences. I'm not coming to court. Sorry. Unless I'm, in the defendant's chair, You understand what I'm saying? If I'm in that chair, yeah. But, nah. No. So by my standards, he's not a rat, but he damn sure put Shorty up under the jail. Okay? Damn sure. No vitamin vision. It's not about him having mercy. Shorty copped out. He was going to get time. What is your performance for? What are you doing there? Remember, we're not going to play games with it. He clapped Shorty. He could have finished him. He could have finished him and been in the right. They wouldn't have did nothing to him. That would have been it. Case closed. Shorty came through. He put a hammer to my wife. Yo, I defended, stood my ground, gave it to him. Shorty survived that clap. That's it. What more do you want? Remember, this is not a few weeks ago. It happened in 2019. A whole pandemic happened. He done went from 2019, he done went to 2021 with trail burgers. He done got new teethus. He done did all that. He on serious radio every day. He done did it all. Reinvented himself. Changed his voice, his look. Did it all. Okay? You mean to tell me that you have to take away from all of that of what you're doing to come and sit in there and testify at a sentencing hearing for somebody that's already going up top? Nah, I can't jack that. Not jacking that. Fuck, nah. Not from somebody who told y'all to sit lean and blow this and do it. Nah, I'm not jacking that. Nah. What he did, again, is a very, very, very thin line because of how it happened. You understand? And like I said, no one can fault him for making those initial statements. It fell in your lap. It came in your door. And I don't know too many people that would stand tall and say, yo, okay, get this little dude up out my house, scrape the door. Okay, officers, y'all could leave, close the door, and that's that. It doesn't work like that. You had to make that initial statement. Again, you might have had to take your ass to the precinct, and maybe speak to the district attorney a couple of times. Once you found out he copped out, that's it. That's it. That's it. Simple as that. You didn't have to be there no more after that. So at this point, I would never trust you. I wouldn't trust what you're saying in your music. I don't eat meat, but I damn sure wouldn't trust your little nasty ass trill burgers. Nothing. Simple as that. You gonna tell. When you get pushed to the limit, you gonna tell. It's just that simple. For me, I wouldn't rock no more. At all. You couldn't rhyme about nothing. And his latest songs, he's still in that same frame. He got to join out with meth. That's, same thing. Okay? So I'm going to leave that at that right there. I'm not saying that he's a rat, but he did testify and tell. And he didn't have to at that point. There's no law, there's no code, there's no pressure that says you have to come to somebody's sentencing and make an impact statement. Nah, no. Unless you're trying to make sure that this kid get buried. That's it. Ain't no long discussion about it. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. Everything is nice, clean, clear, and precise. Shorty was dead wrong. Shorty could have got bodied up in there. He lucky he didn't get bodied. And he took the responsibility for his own actions. He copped out. Yo, I'm gone. But trust and believe, he wouldn't have got 40 years if that man ain't come up there and start to crying and she ain't deserved this. She ain't this. Come on, son. Come on. And she's going through therapy. And all right. Come on. Not doing that. We're not doing that. And believe me, I'm in the work. I work in the field. I'm one of the most empathetic individuals that you're going to find. But when it comes to the street is the street. When it comes to these rappers and what they've been promoting for years and years and years and living off of that promotion of that image, I don't have no empathy for that. I never seen nobody on Law and Order cry like that. Really? Really? You was holding all that in. You wasn't crying. I ain't seen none of that when you was selling them damn trail burgers. You was on Good Morning America several times. You was there for the contest of the burgers. You won the burger contest. You was there for one of the concerts. You was there with a special segment for yourself. Dolo. That's Disney. Good Morning America is seen nationally. On Channel 7, on ABC. That's Disney. You went on there. You ain't crying no tears of joy because they said, it's good. You won the shit. You had the trophy and all that. The best burger. You ain't cried in. You wasn't overwhelmed then. Damn burgers. So now you in the court. Now it hit you. You've been on the radio. I've been listening to him every day for about a year. Ain't hear none of that emotion, none of that. Y'all been rocking, talking about everything. You get in front of that judge though. Now, come on, man, cut that shit out. There's no, for me, and I've seen people in courtrooms watching somebody get sentenced. Man, listen, all the time. They ain't giving no statements. Nah, I'm not jacking that. Get out of here. That was some lame shit. Anybody jacking that, because there's no reason for it. He copped out already. He was getting time, wasn't coming home. Nah. So, it is what it is. Next up, okay? Should we stay on the justice system? Should we stay in it? Because I did say this is chubby dude night. We got Bumpy. He chubby as hell. Yeah, let's just go right to Sean Kingston. We're going to go right to Sean Kingston and them thighs. Yeah. They bailed him out just in time. Yeah. Because in them pictures that we see, that's going all around talking about Sean Kingston made bail, them thighs, I don't know, he looking like a beautiful girl. And they might have had their fun with him in that jail. I have not seen a man with thighs that big and shiny. Yeah, man. I don't know, Sean. Y'all made bail just in time. I don't know, because Fleece Johnson and them would have short. They might have glazed you. So anyway, Sean Kingston gets bailed out. He gets bailed out. Now, for those of us who may not know, him and his mother, Sean Kingston and his mother, were locked up a few weeks ago on fraud charges. 9 counts of theft and fraud for jewelry, furniture, and a Cadillac Escalade and some other stuff. Now, the mother been out. And I don't know what kind of mama that is, but she all dancing in the street. I made bail. And I'm like, yo. See, this is why the justice system comes down hard on people. Because people make a mockery of it. They thumb their nose up at it. That was mama's like on some back in the day shit. Is she from the yard for real? I hope she's not thinking that this is the 70s and 80s where they just deport you. No, that don't go down no more. You do time first, and then they deport you. So I don't know how serious they're gonna take these fraud charges. But she was bailed out first and acting a nut, acting a cold fool on video for the world to see. And you know who else? If I saw it, and it's viral on social media when she bailed out, the DA seen it too. Yeah, people forget that this shit is permanent, is global. People watch it. Yeah. So you dancing and talking big. Okay. Bail don't mean it's over. Nah. Bail usually mean she gonna do it again. Let's lay on her for a few more months to see if once we drain them of their finances, will they jump out the window and throw another brick? That's what bail is. Hoping you catch another case. So anyway, he's 34 years old. He gets out, right? Bails out. They put up the house for $100,000. That's how he's bailed. But they are conditions, just like conditions on every bail. And one of the conditions is no contact with his other co-defendants, including his mama. No contact directly or indirectly. So you out on bail, your mama out on bail, you can't have no contact with your mama. Okay? So we see how long this is gonna run. But I can't get over the picture. See, because the picture of the moms is one thing, and people was trying to clown on the moms because she got the LeBron way back here, and you know, no, it is what it is. I don't know that woman. I wouldn't clown on. You understand? I'm looking at him, and I never, and I'm telling you, never seen a man with thighs and hips like that who wasn't identifying. Never. 34 years old, You coming up out the joint, you fresh out the joint, and a picture of your big ass thighs glistening is all over social media? Nah, man. Seems to me like they were gonna have a lot of gripper action. Yeah. Yeah. Look at the picture. White t-shirt, big old fat belly and all that. And then these little itty bitty shorts. All you see is thighs, glazed over. Come on, homie. Look like a thumbnail for somebody OnlyFans. Yeah. What's that girl name that sing that song? Tim's? His thighs is bigger than Tim's. Come on, no Diddy. Yeah. Yeah. Ah, man. I know he was in PC. Yeah. Yeah. Lucky they got him up out of there. That pic don't look too right. But I'm not gonna follow the case. Y'all do that. Because I don't even know how we got there. He was still getting bread, right? I mean, that little song took off. One hit wonder, but he was still doing his numbers. Right? He was still going on tours and all that. Why the hell y'all scamming? He said they robbed him of his pants. Nah, that's what he came home in, or came home to. Came home and put those on. Because I don't see where they got that picture from. Yeah, man. Nah. Yeah, they was getting ready to do him real dirty. Yeah. I'm saying, you can't be chubsy wubsy. That's something on the outside. You can't be chubsy wubsy in this body spot. No, not behind the wall. Nah. With no song like Beautiful Girl. Shit. You see, they said they was making R. Kelly sing, right? Shit, he would have been beautiful and girling all summer. He lucky he bailed out. Cause you know how hot it get in June in them county jails. You sweating, he all big sweating and thighs and he glistening around them dudes. Man, he would have had problems. He would have had problems over the summer. I'm most certain. Summertime in the county, you got to be rough and tough. You got to be a rough customer. He ain't no rough customer with them Tim's thighs. That's that girl name, right? Tim's or Thames, whatever the hell she is singing that song. You see how big her thighs is? Well, that's what his thighs look like to them dudes down there in that jail. I wonder if Polite's still in there. Haven't heard nothing about him. I wonder if he's still in the county. Or is he in the mountains somewhere in Florida? I better keep an eye on that. He might be a federal agent. They might have him somewhere in Guantanamo, giving him some type of new education. Yeah, we'll get back to that. Now, next chubby person that I have to speak about is because he played himself. And I like his art. I can't even front. I think he's a hell of a thespian, a great actor. But Wendell Pierce, homie, you capping. You're capping. And I need people to follow me for this segment of class. All right? Because it's going to get a little intricate in places because he tried to align himself with something, and I don't know where he was going at with it. I really don't. But he was on CNN giving an interview about something that transpired with him recently. Funny thing is that I'm just coming to my mind is the chick that was doing the interview with Wendell Pierce is the same chick that Cameron pulled that stunt on. And I'm thinking, again, that Cam seen something and made him say, yo, I'm going to wild out. Because now that I'm putting two and two together, this chick might be in the grooming process to be the next Gayle King and shift narratives when it comes to melanated folk. Because this Wendell Pierce shit don't make no sense to me. Because I'm a native New Yorker. And since 2017, I've moved 3 times. This is the longest I've been in a space since the pandemic. Matter of fact, I've been here the whole pandemic. Yeah, I know all about moving, raised in NYCHA, so I know all about landlord-tenant court. I know about it. I've been in the courts. Shit. In order to get us out of a certain space in East New York, they had to take us to court for 8 years. Yeah. And you had to be there every court date. If you wasn't, they got you. They get you. But enough about that. I'm just laying the framework for y'all because I know about moving. I know about it. I know what landlords can do and can't do. I know what leases. I know the price range. Anyway, Mr. Wendell Pierce, old drunk Bunk, must have been drunk trying to get an apartment in Harlem. Yeah, must have been pretty saucy. With like when art imitates life. But he was sure mad, angry on CNN because he believes that he didn't get the apartment and race was the reason. I, for one, I'm not jacking that. And I'm going to tell y'all why. Just like I tell any of my class, any of my clients, anybody from out of town. If you ever need information about NYC and the functionality of it, especially when it comes to moving, I'm right here. Okay? It'll cost you, but I'm here. So Wendell Pierce claims race was the reason he got denied for an apartment in Harlem. He was looking for an apartment for a young cousin who just graduated. I believe he said he graduated from Howard. So now he's looking for an apartment in Harlem. Now he said the catalyst for him using his voice, his platform, okay, to speak about this incident is because of something that just transpired earlier this week in the 11th Circuit U.S. Court of Appeals when it came to a venture capitalist firm, right, that is awarding Black women and Black women only grants in their entrepreneurship called the Fearless Fund, okay? Now, because that was blocked and the court said that they were being racially biased in that framework of that fund and of this particular award that they was giving out, they had to shut it down. Now, he's trying to attach himself. He said he was so angered by it. It made him want to speak about his belief that there was bigotry involved in him not getting an apartment in Harlem. Homeboy, when you went to speak in this interview and you try to glaze over one specific fact that you call a technicality, I knew y'all was stunting. I knew y'all was trying to create a narrative. Because homeboy, ain't no bias. There was no bigotry. There's no alignment with you and what happened to these women of the Fearless Fund. None. And here's why, Bunk. Because damn it, you, one, never stated how long you were looking for an apartment. Never stated whether or not you used a realtor, a real estate agent of some sort, because you are a thespian. You've been on Broadway, so I'm sure there are realtors, white realtors even, Asian realtors, that can go in a space and speak for you and show you different apartments and locations. If you took your chunky ass into Harlem for Dolo, believing that renters are gonna look at you and know who you are, they're not. Which is why he explained that I gave them my portfolio. And it contains all of my information, that I own several properties in different states. That this is my income, and I'm willing to pay a whole year up front. That should sound good, right? But you know what the technicality that he says? And the technicality he believes is a bigoted technicality? Check this out. Old Bunk said, I told them that I don't have a steady job. My job is not consistent. It's not consistent employment. I get paid in 3 months, period. Once any renter in New York City hear that shit, they not jacking that. You get paid when? You work when? You work in 3-month blocks? Nigga, you could pay me for the whole year. You can pay me for 2 years. But on that 3rd year, if you just happen to not work, what am I, as a renter, supposed to do? See, you pop that shit in CNN and in front of this girl who I'm quite sure that she's from out of town as well. You understand? Because that ain't no technicality. It's taken me sometime 15 months to find a spot. 15 months. Moving in New York City is no joke, especially if you need more than 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. If you need 3 bedrooms, 1.5 to 2 bathrooms, you can hang it up. Straight like that. So now you're in a very selective space, right? And then you're coming into spaces that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to figure out, you don't have a realtor? Nobody was helping you? How do you expect to get an apartment in New York City, in Harlem, without a realtor? I'm in Brooklyn. We can literally, in Brooklyn, you can literally go right straight to a landlord. And even now, those landlords that used to just handle everything themselves put realtors in there. Because, again, if you put somebody in your house, you can't get their ass out. It's the hardest thing in the world, is to get somebody out of your crib. Once you give them a lease, I don't care if it's a month-to-month lease. I don't care if it's a year lease. If they lose their gig, especially now since after the pandemic, you done off. You're done off. This isn't Georgia, ain't North Carolina. This ain't none of them states where the landlord can say, yo, listen, he ain't paying me. Get him out of here, and the sheriff is coming and putting everything on. It ain't like that in New York. If you are aware of what just transpired, if you follow New York City news, they just had a celebrity chef. Homie ain't paid rent since the pandemic. It took them 5 years to get this dude up out of their house. All the landlords seen that. All the landlords seen it. This dude was a celebrity chef. Dude was on TV on a regular. And claimed that because of the pandemic, he lost the show. He lost a lot of income and business. And he wasn't cooking. He wasn't chefing up as much. So he had financial hardships. You know, they couldn't even get him into court. And when they finally got him into court, it still took him another year. Homie just got evicted. Just got evicted. Black dude. So you mean to tell me, Mr. Bunk, Mr. Wendell Pierce, who ain't from New York City, who told these people that you work in 3-month chunks, that you think that that's bigotry, that that's racial? Nah, homie, you don't know New York. That's what that is. Because you should have had one of them writers from The Wires, or one of them writers from Broadway, or somebody should have plugged you with a decent realtor, and you pay them one of the months. Month security, 2 months rent, and a realtor fee. I don't know who gassed you up. I don't know how straight you thought that tie was. Landlords is not doing it, homie, in New York City. And that's period. It don't go down like that. And it ain't nothing racial about it. Now, if you believe so, I'm gonna let you stand on that. But you have nothing, what you went through has nothing to do with this 11th Circuit decision. Because these women, black women, yeah, they were specific in their wording and how they conducted themselves, so they got their shit thrown out, got their shit shut down. Because you want to be in a position and do things like white folk. So you want to say, this is only for black women. Why? I don't know. I don't know. When our people do things for us, for each other, I don't know why they just don't shut up. Because whitey do it all the time. They have exclusive things for white women only, for white men only, for white children only. But it's never announced. Why you girls thought y'all had to announce that? Why didn't y'all just do for black women? Just do it. So you see why I see that that's cap? Then I have to figure out, well, how did others know that they were excluded in that? Homie, Bunk, if you need help finding your family member an apartment, I'll help y'all out. I'll show you how to get it. Now you're gonna have to, I'm picky. I don't know about you, Mr. That's being in our own properties all across different states and stuff. I don't know how, right? Picky you are with it, because I'm very picky. And you have to be. And you just might have lucked up, because some people you don't want to rent from. I'm gonna keep it a buck. You don't want to rent from any and everybody. That could be the worst decision that you make in NYC. And people don't know that. They don't understand that. They go into it believing that because they're looking for an apartment, that they're supposed to jump at the first individual that says, yeah, I'll give you a lease. As if they're interviewing you. No, you as a renter, y'all need to interview these landlords, because they the ones that can make your shit miserable, because all they want is your bread. You gotta understand that when you're moving in some place, whether you're single or whether you're a couple or whether you're a family, that you have to be secure. And you're gonna want a landlord that understands that because we're in your space, we're expecting the best. Or you're gonna be jammed up and y'all will be miserable. Okay? But in that process, and dealing with realtors and looking at leases and dealing with fees and shopping around and moving and trying, you gotta know what to look for. You have to look at the area several times in the daytime, in the nighttime. You gotta pop up. You gotta go through some thorough shit, because everybody is smiling and cheesing until you sign. So I don't know what kind of assistance he was getting. Again, to me, when I see these things on the news and hear it, I believe a lot of it is cap, because he didn't sit in that space. He started talking about this Court of Appeals case with these women. Because, he said that it was a technicality. Ain't no technicality with that, B. These landlords want to see your employment record. They also want to see your rental record, because they know that if you move somebody in your crib, that's it. If you ain't gangster and tough enough to do what needs to be done to get them up out of there, and that don't always work. I've had homies pound people out. I've had homies throw people property and everything out. That's against the law. You get somebody up in there if you want to. So these landlords are, landlord-tenant court in New York? B, they not just doing it. So miss me with that bigotry bullshit. Serious. In Harlem, I don't know what they did up there. I don't know how that gentrification is moving. I don't know what that is, how they doing it. They don't care about your year. They don't care that you pay a year. They don't care. You said you don't have consistency in employment. You said that. And then said, yeah, this is bigotry, memorialized in law. Man, that technicality is deep. You told these people you don't work consistently. They don't care that your ass was on the wire 10 years ago and you was on Broadway the other day. Landlords want to know, you gonna pay my rent. That's it. That's it. And I don't know how long you've been working in New York, sir. But that pandemic did a demo to landlords. There's people in court right now to this day because of 2020. And they ain't see a dime. Because again, landlords be counting money that ain't really theirs. That ain't yours. Every month they waiting. If somebody gets hurt or somebody, something major happen, they lose their gig or whatever, landlords are still counting that. I've seen it in court. Oh yeah, Your Honor, they didn't pay me rent for 6 months. They owe me $20,000. Then they owe me another $4,000 in late fees. Judges be like, get that shit out of here. Most tenants can pick some bullshit. Oh, Your Honor, it's mold up here. And we've been telling them to get rid of the mold for the last 6 months. And the judge be like, but you haven't paid rent in 2 years. I said, Your Honor, I've been trying to get to court and we've been trying to tell him. He said he was gonna fix it. He didn't fix it. Now, how much mold? Oh, just, like this much that keep growing in the back. Bullshit. And them landlords be sitting there heated. And the judge said, oh, well, okay, why don't you fix the mold issue and then we'll make a payment plan for the rent. And they be, what? Yeah, but Your Honor, what about the last 6 months? Listen, you got the mold, fix the mold. They're gonna be on a payment plan and boom, that's it. I'm telling you, homie, a celebrity chef, just got evicted. 5 years, homie ain't paying no rent. Landlords see that. They know the horror stories. All that, you a goddamn thespian and you was on this and you was on that and you was the chubby dude and what was that shit? Waiting to exhale and they don't care about that shit. Nah. Take your whole year that you want to pay me and break out, because that might be the only year that they get payment. That's what landlords is looking at. So stop with the bigotry bullshit. Stop it. Stop it. You want to see bigotry? Bring your ass to Brooklyn and try to rent in Midwood. That's what you do. Come on, I'll show you somebody that'll make it real difficult and very obvious that they don't want your black ass in their house. They will show you a whole list of things that they would like for you to do just to rent this apartment. We want the garbage set out a certain amount of time before garbage pickup. Oh, we have this in the house, we need this done. Oh, you can't park here because my neighbor uses the driveway to do this and that. Oh, and every Thursday or Friday after a certain amount of time, please don't wear your shoes in the... You're like, what? I'm not signing this shit. Okay? I'll show you bigotry. And ain't shit you could do about it. Then I'll show you some good white folks who don't want you in their home, but they need that rent. They need that rent to save their homes. That's how we got white flight in Mill Basin, in Old Mill Basin, in Gershon Beach, all the way through. So cut it out. You thought you was coming to Harlem. You thought you was gonna be close to the Schomburg and culture and all that. Nah. Cam and them messed that up. They supposed to buy all them buildings up. It's been in the game since 1996 and ain't got no buildings. Nah. So white folks do what the white folks do, okay? So that's where we at with that. If you need a realtor, come on through, homie. Come on through. Don't blame that on systematic bigotry. Don't blame it on that. Nah, you should have never told them people that you only work in 3-month blocks. That ain't no technicality. That shit is real deals. Landlord like, what? You ain't got no steady gig? They don't care if you get $600,000 every 3 months. You ain't steady? Nah, never should have told them that. That's on you. Okay, next up. Next up, because he attached himself to that, I want to speak to that, right? Because it's for real, for real. Now, we had these, and I want to be real for a minute here. Whenever our people are in certain spaces, they fail to realize that we're only in those spaces because the others can capitalize, okay, off of you. That's it. When affirmative action and all that, civil rights and all that came through, listen, that was a gift. People want to believe that melanated folks put pressure. If there was no monetary gains on the other side of it, all that pressure shit is garbage. I'm gonna tell you that. No, black people motivated themselves. Black people organized themselves. Black people moved. Black people died. None of that shit matter. We've been motivated, organized, and been dying. Black people ain't killed for nothing yet. Nothing. So anything that they gave you can be taken away. Roe v. Wade was a gift. They took it away. Okay? Just straight like that. Y'all ain't bust your hammer for nothing. At all. Now, the 11th Circuit U.S. Court of Appeals blocked a black-owned venture capitalist firm from awarding grants exclusively to black women entrepreneurs. The judge ruled that the Fearless Fund's Fearless Strivers grant contest substantially likely to violate the provisions of Title 42, which ensures equal rights under the law and prohibits the use of race when awarding and enforcing contracts. Now, this has been going on for a minute in the courts. The decision just came down the other day, but they've been battling this for quite some time. My question is, how did white folks even know that this was taking place? Right? Now, the front is is co-founded by this chick. I believe her name is Simone, Arian Simone, or something like that. She's her narrative. If she was homeless, she went back to school, started her own marketing firm, got back on her feet. The marketing firm had, ironically, as clients, Sony, Disney, which was an alarm for me. And she happens to be friends, tight friends, with Keisha Knight Polio, Rudy Huxtable. See, when you're speaking in terms of heavy money, big money in entertainment in corporate America, it's not impossible for us to do our thing in it, but it's highly unlikely that you have all that and are able to continuously pull from it without white folks. So this venture capitalist fund, I'm trying to figure out if it was started by a black woman and they pushed the agenda for black women. How did white folk find out it was a discrepancy? How did white folk find out about it? Because when they do it, we don't find out about shit. We just don't. We don't know what the Carnegie Foundation, the Vanderbilt Foundation, the DuPonts, the Roosevelt Foundation, no, we don't know what they give to who based on them being exclusively white folk. Because they just do it. They won't say it. Black people come through there, Asian people come through there, Arab people, all type of people come through. And they will get denied, shrug, and I won't know what you're talking about. Oh, really? Oh, apply. All the while, white folk is doing for white folk and not announcing it. Why was this something that was announced, that was broadcast? It makes no sense in the space and time right now where all resources are being swallowed up, where white folk, good white women, Karens and Beckys, don't have a damn job. You're talking about angel investors, venture capitalists giving exclusively to black women, and y'all gonna put that out there in the universe like that and think you're not gonna get pushback? Come on, man. So then I have to question the intelligence. I have to question the humility and the egos of these people. Like, for real, for real. Why was that even in earshot of white folk? That makes no sense at all. Black woman with enough money and resource to do for black women, and y'all don't keep that under wraps? Y'all don't keep that under wraps? What sense does that make? But this is somebody who's been in corporate America, who's been doing her thing since 2003, 2004, who's friends with Rudy Huxtable, who I'm sure got some jewels from Dr. William Cosby. Y'all in the mix like that? Y'all run around with white folk? You build a company that's worth $100 million and you don't know to keep shit a secret from white folk when you trying to do for black women? Really? It gets to ears of this dude, Edward Blum, who is an anti-affirmative action legal strategist. This dude is trying to rip apart affirmative action anywhere he can find it. How does this information get to somebody like that? I do shit every day, all day, with the little bit of resources that I have. When people think they on their last leg and they can't get cereal and milk for the kids, I go do it. When people need clothes, people donating, I do it. Silently. I do it. All the time. Nobody don't have to know this shit. So you mean to tell me y'all think that y'all can just give away millions of dollars in awards to black women? And that's not gonna be an issue? But again, are people believing that they are included and intertwined in these papers? The Constitution, these Bill of Rights, these amendments, they still, to this day, believe that they in that. They don't believe they was 3/5 of it, though. They don't believe that certain spaces wasn't ratified. They believe in the good shit of it. They don't believe in the terrible pieces of it because they want to be part, right, of the upper echelon in the house, you know, so they can separate from the field, so they can separate from those who are not included. I'm in this. This is, we here. Still not understanding that there's several spaces. Remember now, the law that he used to argue this shit, to get it blocked, was an 1866 law. And he utilized the language in it, and that shit went all the way up to the 11th Circuit and blocked it. So that should be a lesson, not only for them, that should be a lesson for anyone watching, because they show you every chance they get that your ass ain't an American, that your ass is not protected under the Constitution, that this shit is not for you. So every time you try to force your way in without using force, but telling white folk what they mean in their legal terminology. See, I could say something all day and tell you something and not have any intent of fulfilling it. That's what the devil does. You're white, M. McKay? Good. How you doing, white person? Are you male or female? Are you a Chad or are you a Karen? Thanks for joining us in class. Fund the war effort while you're here. Yeah, y'all could come and learn too. White folk can learn in my class. Definitely. Just fund the war effort while you're here. And please bring other white folk. Y'all need to learn humility, equity. Knowledge of self. Because some of y'all don't know yourself. Y'all could come through. Yeah. Salute, M. McKay. Yeah. Come through. Okay, oh, so you're a white man. Okay, M. McKay, white man. I'm glad you're here. Add on to the build. Or, respect our space. Yeah, okay? So, again, when we do things for ourselves outside of them, Be quiet about it. You haven't learned that yet? Then these are supposed to be some of the most intelligent black women. What's really good? Just saying. Hey, I'm just saying. This is where we at with it. So next up, who we got? There. Because that shit went up to the 11th Circuit. So we can expect that the language in the decision, that this anti-affirmative action legal strategist Edward Blum is going to use that somewhere else. You dig? But maybe these chicks aren't too bright. Maybe they have the same brain that Tiffany Haddish has. Yeah, because she's at it again, smutting her grippers around. Now, this woman was just, okay, acting a fool. She just was getting arrested. She just was cursing people out. She was just talking about Israel and all of that. All of a sudden, she flips the page, and now we hear her talking about trying to give her dry cookie to Leonardo DiCaprio or Lenny Kravitz. Where we going at with this? Like, really, Tiffany Haddish, you was just like it does something to your brain. Like, you gotta say, yo, this has to be CIA psyops. Ain't no one that silly to keep putting these people in front of you. You're like, hold on, wait a minute, what? She's sitting, ironically, across from a Bagelmeister, Howard Stern, and Robin, and said, Howard distinctively said, hey, I heard you're trying to F Leonardo DiCaprio. And she's like, yeah, I've been trying to give him some of this thing. And I'm like, first of all, Leonardo DiCaprio's a rat. We know this in class, right? He's a certified, bona fide rat. Gave up information, gave statements, went to court, testified. He a rat. We know that for a fact. Damn what you see in his art. We know Leonardo DiCaprio is a rat. So maybe she just capping to try to get in another whip. You understand? But, yeah, she says she was trying to give him some cookie. Dry cookie. Because all that over-the-counter medication and all the drinking and all the whatever the hell else she doing, I'm quite sure that cookie ain't worth a damn. Definitely not getting them from Leo. Like, what are we doing? Seriously. I keep telling y'all, they're really, really, really going hard, tainting the image of melanated women. So after that, Howard said, yeah, and I also heard you trying to get with Lenny Kravitz. You know Lenny Kravitz has been celibate 9 years. Like, wow. And she went in. Yeah. I got his number, but I don't know how to call and approach that. And I'm like, you got Lenny Kravitz's number? Tiffany Haddish? Really? I'm like, wow. This shit is out of control. totally out of control. Okay? Because those two dudes ain't even in the same space. They don't even align. So that means you ready to give that cookie to anybody. We talking about a biracial rock star and Ofe actor who's a rat. So if you're trying to get with him, we know you about the rat. So you might be trying to get next to him to get in another, like I said, another whip. I mean, I haven't heard nobody say they want to get with Leo in a long time. They know he told on Pras. They know he gave up that information and testified. Yeah. He testified. He gave statements. He worked with the DA. He sat in court. He gave his testimony. He broke out. And he said he was with the shit, but he gave the bread back. And he put the play together. Come on. So here, this chick who's banging for Israel is now saying she want to be over there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know? Come on. Do you understand that? These are the images. This is the language. There's nothing on television that speaks on liberation. Nothing to speak on knowledge of self. Nothing that speaks about health, wealth. You understand? Come on now. And if you don't analyze it and break it apart and rip it, subconsciously when you continuously watch it and hear it, it's going to affect you. It's going to affect your decision making. It affects those who believe that they're part of the shit. They've been conditioned beyond conditioning. Some of these people, you can't tell them they ain't part of it. Y'all didn't see that video of the one of these. What city was that? Homie was getting arrested, and it was a little struggle, and you could hear homie and them in the crowd talking about, yo, he ain't do nothing. Yo, he ain't do nothing. And you seen the stupid ass black cops draw down. Do you see his face? Do you see he like a pit bull? And they like, yo, homie, what are you doing? Nobody's armed here. He's not fighting. Y'all got him cuffed up. Why are you drawing down like that? And his big bald head just wanted to air something out. And I'm like, wow. Because I keep telling y'all looking at these people, and inside, you open their chest, you're going to see American flag, apple pie, bald eagle in their blood. If you can look at their blood, you will see Ben Cartwright and Bonanza and all type of shit. Melanated folk that really actually believe that they part of this shit. Black Trekkies and all type of weird shit. Like, what is the matter with y'all? Absolutely no consciousness. None. They refuse to. You gotta understand what we're dealing with here. White is a mentality. I'm gonna always say it. You're gonna always hear it come out every so often. The white man is a figment of his own imagination. He does not exist. He created this shit in himself and everybody ran with it, which is why he has to continuously be brutal. He has to be a warmonger. He has to do it because soon as somebody fights back, you will see him bleed. If you have never bled them intentionally, then you don't understand what I'm talking about. If you've never taken from them intentionally, you won't understand what I'm talking about. You have to conceptualize life without them. The white man is a figment of his own imagination. Now, if you don't believe that, then you're going to have to believe that he is less than human. That's the only two rationales you can have. In his thirst for war, in his thirst for being demonic, in his thirst for not being equitable, in his thirst for being against nature, he cannot be human. He has to be something else. If you truly believe that scientifically and biologically he is a human, then up here, he is a figment of his own imagination. White supremacy is nothing but a thought. That is it. It is a thought, just like all other forms of theory or other forms of socializing and how societies are built. It is a thought. White supremacy is a thought. Up here, when you buy into it, it works. The minute you don't buy into it and you eliminate everything about them, you begin to have what we call woke thoughts, consciousness, awareness, and knowledge of self. He is a figment of his own imagination. Get him out of your head, okay? Get him out of your head, and then you will begin to prosper. You will begin to organize yourself. You will begin to find resource and barter and entrust in yourselves. Most people don't get that though. They don't get it. And I can't keep teaching it. I just can't. I've been doing it for too long. Okay, understand that. He's not as omnipotent as you think. He's not all powerful as you think. God went through many years hunting them down, putting blood in their mouth. I don't see nothing grand or great about them at all. Everything that they touch sours. Everything that they put on paper doesn't mean shit. So to sit there and to challenge them on their constitution, to challenge them on their institutions because you want to be a part of it, allows me to know that you're not too bright, that you don't have that knowledge of self, because you want to be included in some shit that's less than you, that's less than the universal truth. Okay? That's just what it is. True consciousness, true awareness, you're not seeking validation from none of them. They can't validate you. They don't deal with equality. They don't deal with justice. They don't deal with rule or ruler. They don't deal with knowledge and understanding. They don't. So even the smallest shit, the tiniest manifestation of you believing in their things invalidates you. And that's why you become stressed. That's why you have anger issues. That's why you're ready to beat down each other. That's why you're ready to get rid of your children. Because you're consistently invalidating what's already in you, which is the universal truth. The real science and math and how things are supposed to be in a divine order. You push the shit away because white folk made you have easy access to their belief systems, to their monetary systems, to their women and their kinks and their drugs. You believe in that shit. You like it. You want to be the Oscar winner, the Emmy winner. That's that shit. You want to get to the bag. That's a conditioning. That's a conditioning, and it's bad, right? Like this next dude, and then I'm out of here. Because again, I'm doing what I'm doing, but support is minimal. It's like I put on my Facebook. I know who watches and don't support at all. And I'm not talking about in the class specifically. I'm talking about friends and relatives that I see that I could post some bullshit on my page and get 400 or 500 clicks and likes and shares. But when you're talking deep, when you're trying to make sure you can assist others in your community and build and network, they don't see that. They don't know. I don't know. Oh, you're on YouTube? I didn't know that. You see what I'm saying? That's the hatefulness. That's what that shit is. That's that white man coming up out of them. That's what that shit is about. You dig? That's how that shit moves. You get it? Everybody support each other and build each other and grow. That's how you do it. So you don't be like Rick Ross, the chicken boss. Yeah. So you don't be like him, right? Or others who sit around talking about podcasts and all this other weirdness. You dig? I got this, I got that, and all this other weird shit. And don't do shit for nobody. That's where that's at. You understand? Chicken boss wants a zoo. He wants a zoo. The chicken boss got on and said he went and filed for a license for a zoo and is already in the process of purchasing 2 giraffes. Oh, man. He done took it to another level. It's a sickness. But you know why he wants the zoo, right? He wants the zoo to fulfill his dreams of being a CEO. Yeah. He want to be a turnkey and lock shit up. You see how your inner thoughts, your inner desires come out and manifest itself? You understand? His dreams of becoming a CEO was squelched. It wasn't fulfilled. It was a dream deferred. He wanted to be an officer. It was a deferred dream, right? And now, he wants to be a zookeeper. He wants to be a zookeeper so he can lock animals up under the guise of taking care of them, and nurturing them. I want to take care of them. I want to nurture them because when you a boss, you can do that. But you know who else said they wanted to nurture and take care of something? Your Ofe masters. Yeah, they too said they wanted to take care of the plantation, take care of this enslaved. They want to nurture them and show them the good white Christian life. That's who does shit like that. Oppress people, lock things up. Yeah. So the old chicken boss now wants to be the boss of all the animals. The chickens, he said the elephants, he said the giraffes. Rick Ross, the chicken boss, wants to be a zookeeper because that's the closest thing he can get to being a CO. Yeah. And I tell you, I don't play in class. You're going to come to class and you're going to leave this shit like, God damn. What is he talking about? How do he see these things? Because this shit is obvious to a duck. Obvious to a duck. He wanted to be a CO so bad that he done established himself as a commercial rapper, chicken boss, multi-vehicle owner, and now he wants to be a zookeeper and eventually get his own jail, a private jail, so he can make sure he got little black boys and girls and he can nurture them as long as they in his jail. Latchkey having ass. This is what you turn key as. A zoo. Isn't that the reason why Planet of the Apes popped off? Because they was getting treated terrible in zoos and shit like that? You big dumbass chicken boss. You don't see the movies? You don't see the analogies in it? Your dumbass want to put somebody in cages? Like I said, y'all got the most ignorant people in y'all face on a regular basis. But I get the trolls. I see the trolls. Keep sniping their ass, see, Bliz. Matter of fact, we gotta go. It's 1 o'clock. Class was light tonight. But as always, I'm glad y'all came. Because we building a nation of independent thinkers who ready to put that work in. We not building no babies here. Straight soldiers. So those who are here, they here. Those who are not, are not. I'm good with it. You dig? This is a learning space. This ain't for the weak. This ain't for the ones who want to be held by the Ofe. Nah, this ain't that type of class. Nah, this ain't that type of shit, because this shit crumbling. And people are scared of it. Because they wondering, Massa, Uncle Charlie, or is we gonna be all right? And old Sleepy Joe is telling you, huh? Y'all still got these bum-ass dudes calling themselves bosses, CEOs, moguls, while they getting thumbs in their grippers, making deals with dudes who are certified agents, talking on the phone with them, calling them friends and homies. These niggas every day show more and more that they're a rat for the system. Because you think they getting to the bag, y'all with them. Coward shit. Again, we building black men and women that's gonna be ready to fight at any given time over here using intelligence. Walk like a champion. Talk like a champion. Bum. Peace. Make sure y'all come back. I'm telling you, with all 10 fingers and 10 toes. Keep your eyes sharp. Remain militant. And love yourself. Okay? Love yourself. And self-love has no boundaries. That means you protect yourself. Dig? That's what that is. Classroom assistants, much appreciated for holding it down. If you funded the war effort, much appreciated. We'll see you when we see you. Okay? And 55 gang. Get y'all grades up.